We've reached the semi-final stage of UK's Strongest Man here in Belfast. By the end of the day, 12 will become our final 8. And we start here at the famous Crumlin Road Jail, where there's no escape and only the strongest will survive. And yes, trucks will be pulled.
I'm a lot more experienced than most of the guys that compete, especially in competitions like this, which are 3 days long rather than just a one-day competition. It takes a bit more out of you mentally, and it's something that I'm quite used to. So I feel quite relaxed, and I'm looking forward to it. But it's still going to be a big challenge. There's a lot of good youngsters, and Tom Stoltman, he's improving all the time.
Obviously, we've got Lawrence Shawnee here. He's the best in the world right now. We're one of the best. So it'd be good to go up against him in the final. But right now, I'm just trying to get out of my group and take it day by day and see what happens.
And this is how it finished in Group A after the quarterfinals. Roberts, Goff, Smith, Charlet, Owen Thomas and Redmond going through. They are our 6 semi-finalists today. And in Group B after the quarterfinals, it finished like this. Stoltman, O'Dwyer, Page, Reid, Brunning and Snape go through to today's semis. England and Reid were out.
Not one, but 2 trucks waiting to be pulled. What are you trying to do to our athletes, Glenn?
Well, this is a real daddy event. We do planes, trains, but today we're going to do 2 trucks. This is 17 tonnes of unit have to be pulled up a course side by side. And this is one of the events that I was really good at, actually.
You were good at all of them. Come on, stop being so modest. But I know you were particularly good at this.
I love this, and I used to have some lucky climbing shoes that never got me out the top 3. So I think a couple of them are going to have a couple of lucky shoes today.
Where are they now? They're
in a nice retirement case,
right, yeah.
Where they should be.
And not smelling too bad, no doubt.
No.
OK, so why were you so good at this event? What makes a good truck puller?
Well, a little bit of body weight does help, but what you've got to need is strong calves, quads, and drive using the arms. It's all about biceps. Yoko Holo used to be the lightest, world's strongest man ever, and he used to always win truck, and he was a firm believer it's all about the arm strength.
We've got a lot of good truck pullers with us as we begin Event 1 on semi-final day.
Trying to get that truck moving is so hard, but once you've broken the initial inertia, that's when the endurance kicks in.
Yeah, I love it. It's just all about pulling a truck, and just kind of body weight and just get low and just, drive with your legs and just run.
Yes, it's semi-finals day, and this is Event 1, the double truck pull. Group A, leaderboard, 3 men have already pulled. Paul Smith, Huell Owen Thomas and Gavin Redmond. 3 still to come. This then is Lawrence Shawnee. 160 kilos of weight to pull these 2 trucks weighing over 17 tonnes. What the natty sunglasses he's got, I have to say, in the grounds of Crumlin Road Jail. Now, Glenn was saying this is all about shoulder and bicep strength, but remember, you've got to lean into it first of all and get it going. It's a combination of legs and arms at this point. That's a good start. Good start by Lawrence. Now, you can see exactly what one of the problems is here. Once you start getting the trucks moving, and they start moving relatively quickly, you can run out of hand-over-hand space to grab the rope. Lawrence driving with both legs and arms there. That's a great time. 30.88 for the Englishman. Using those shoulders and arms to great effect. Short steps, little KS climbing boots, allowing him grip. And hand over hand very quickly. A lot of technique involved in this event. Charlie Goff coming in at exactly the same weight as Lawrence Shawnee, a much taller man though. Now, if you could lean into this, using those calf and thigh muscles and the quads to get things moving, taking the slack, and away he goes. using those shoulders. He's already leaning down. Oh, slower start than Lawrence Charlet, that's for sure. And this is when the height disadvantage comes in, because he's leaning a long way forward. Longer legs means that the trucks will pull a little faster if he's not careful, and he's got that hand over hand again, but he's doing very, very well here. Now he's got it moving. I think really, though, it was the start that's set him back behind Lawrence Charlet, but not much. 33.34 seconds for Charlie Goff. You can see, look, just a little bit of a purpling of the skin there. That's when they start to go anaerobic. There's not enough oxygen being taken in from breathing, and it's coming from the muscles. Well, Phil Roberts, who led overnight, much, much lighter man, only 125 kilos. Quite a different stance. Look, using those legs to drive to start it, and the shoulders as well. He's having a bit of trouble getting it moving. Oh, real trouble, having to use all the strength of his shoulders and biceps to pull, and his legs really not in exactly the same shape as he'd like them to be. Wandering around a little bit. One thing we don't think of is the ankle strength you need in this event as well. And just technique-wise, nowhere near Lawrence Charlet, and you can see it in the times as well. Phil will be a bit disappointed with that, but I think he's really struggling. 37.66. Oh, staggering. He's gone full anaerobic there. See the effort. No time to breathe almost, because you're really, really pushing hard. So in Group A, Lawrence Charlet, an excellent 30.88, takes the maximum 6 points ahead of Charlie Goff and Phil Roberts. Coming up, it's Group B in the double truck pull here in the Crumlin Road Jail. Group B in this event, number one, and Mark Snape, Aaron Page and Ben Brunning have all gone already. Ben having a terrible time. Ryan Reed, Pat O'Dwyer and Tom Stoltman to come. This is Ryan Reed, one of the shorter men, but only 185 centimetres tall, 29 years of age. A bit impressive so far to get to this semi-final stage. Ooh, good stance. Using all that leg and arm drive in one go. It's about getting those trucks moving. Pulling to the chest. Drive with the calves. When you look at a head-on shot of Ryan Reed, he's got tremendous sized calves. This will be a big advantage. There you go, look. Good technique. Now, on the left-hand side of your shot, one of the judges is making sure the slack is being taken up from that rope. The last thing you want is for them to trip over it. And this is very, very good by Ryan Reed. Good technique. Not a massively fast time, but he'll be pleased with that. Breaks the line at 39.06. Well, once he got it going, I think he did very, very well indeed, the Scotsman. Ireland's strongest man, Pat O'Dwyer, 32 years of age now. Yes! Really, this is a home event for him, and he gets big support from the crowd every time he's here. Not necessarily his favourite event, I don't think, this though. Drives down into the initial pull. Oh, struggling a little bit. He's got to pull that rope to his chest a little bit further to get the things moving. He's got 17 tons plus to pull. Remember, each of those trucks has got a man in it as well. If they've got to stop them at the other end, right, getting it moving, you've got to stop it as well. I don't think this is his favourite event by a long way. Look at the size of those biceps, though. And now he's got it moving. He's really got to try and keep up that slack on the rope. A little bit slower than Ryan Reed. I think he'll be reasonably happy with that. 42.81. Using those short strides once again to try and keep the thing moving. This is the last man in this event then, Tom Stoltman of Scotland, 203 centimetres tall, a real gentle giant. He's improved vastly over the last 18 months. His head used to go a little bit when he was up on the leaderboard right at the top, but he's started to get to grips with that now. Oh, good start, driving with the full length of the body and pulling hard with those biceps and shoulders. He's got those trucks moving. Now, this is a new event for strongman. The truck pull, the single truck pull, has been going for a long time, but you've got two here, so everybody's looking at each other to see about techniques. And if you wander off from one side to the other, one truck can start going faster than the other, and that can cause real problems. But Stoltman here doing a great job. Not necessarily easy for a tall man once it gets going, but really using the biceps here. 40.22. Yeah, he's happy with that. Good technique from the upper body from Tom Stoltman, and turning in a very good time indeed. This is the results then of event 1 for Group B. Ryan Reed, maybe a surprise winner there. 6 points at 39.06 seconds. Tom Stoltman second, Pa O'Dwyer third.
So Ryan, well done. What I like about competitors like you is size-wise, you're not as big as the others, but obviously you're every bit as strong, and certainly in some events like the truck pull.
Yeah, well, I surprised myself as long as a lot of the other guys, I think, in the truck pull by winning my group. So, yeah, shocked. Yeah, usually it's a bodyweight thing. You know, I'm the lightest guy in my group, but yeah, pulled out of the bag.
How important was it for you to get off to such a good start today? Because qualification for the final must be on your mind.
It's on my mind now, yeah, after I had a good run there. It wasn't at the start of the day, but I had a good run there, so see how it goes, yeah.
Well, nice one. Good start, mate.
Thanks a lot.
So, Glenn, we're back in front of the wonderful City Hall for this, which is called the Super Yoke, and those that follow Strongman will know exactly what it is, but for those who don't, tell us what happens in this event.
It's 450 kilos of pain up a 20-metre course. Spine breaking, no question about it. Guys are going to have strong legs and fast feet to do this one. And we've got Lawrence Shaller here, the world record holder.
So we could be seeing something special from Lawrence, but hey, everybody's going to be fighting for as many points as possible. I've done a bit of research, you'll like this. 450 kilograms is like carrying a racehorse on your back.
That super yoke is probably one of the most horrible super yokes there is out there.
Yoke's a good event for me. I can still move quite quickly with it regardless of my injury, so I feel confident with that.
I don't think anyone can beat me on the super yokes, to be quite honest.
Oh, a nice crowd outside of City Hall here in Belfast. They'll be supporting this man, Gavin Redmond of Ireland, the local hero in this particular round. This is Hall Owen Thomas of Wales, currently lying 5th overall, just ahead of Redmond. And finally in this heat, Paul Smith of England from Sheffield. And he's been in very good form, Paul Smith, recently, especially at the World Juniors. And away they go, and very, very quickly into moving this super yoke. This is an absolutely horrible event. And as Glenn pointed out, absolutely spine-breaking. It comes in various forms. You may well have seen 2 motorcycles being lifted under a yoke. They're roughly the same weight, 440 kilos. That's a fantastic time by Paul Smith. Under 23 seconds from the man from Sheffield. Meanwhile, Huell Owen Thomas feeling the real weight of this yoke. Gavin Redmond is still struggling to get off the line. Oh, my word. He's only progressed, what, less than 2 meters, perhaps? Just shows how very, very difficult this is. Oh, Huell Owen Thomas struggling for breath and stability. And Gavin Redmond still plugging away, making a few centimeters up each time. They hate giving up. They have 90 seconds to try and complete this course. If they can't, of course, it'll go down to the distance covered in that 90 seconds, if it comes to that. My goodness. This really taking it out of these athletes and shows how good Paul Smith was. Here he is, almost at a trot and breaking the line in under 23 seconds. He's a happy man. Well, Phil Roberts, also from Sheffield, he's Paul Smith's training partner. Started the day in first overall spot from the day before. Looking a little concerned. Charlie Goff, currently second place today. Remember, it doesn't carry over from the day before. It all starts again on day 2. Now this man, Lawrence Charlet, already a record holder in the super yoke. Currently lying first after the double truck pull. Now we expect this man to do a good time. He's an expert at the super yoke. He loves it. And away we go. Oh my word, he's almost running. Look at this. That is extraordinary. Lawrence Charlet sprints to the other end. That must be around 12 seconds. If that's around 12 seconds, that is very close to a new world record. Phil Roberts and Charlie Goff both struggling to get to the end, and Goff is catching Roberts. He's had to lift it up very quickly. I'm not sure he's quite over the line there. Oh, one more shove from Phil Roberts. And Charlie Goff gets over the line as well. It's only the first sleeper that has to get over. 450 kilos over 20 metres in 12 seconds, dead. A new world record.
I didn't think you were going to go as quick as you did there, did you?
Yoke's one of those events, it's a bit hard to kind of just plod along with it. It's actually easier the quicker you do it, because then the weight's on you for less time. So, you know, the first two events today, I haven't held back. I just kind of thought I'll get on with the truck pull, do as well as I can. And then on this, you know, I know I'm good at the yoke, and I knew if I won, it would put me at the pretty probably. It's going to be hard for anyone to stop me getting through to the final now. So hopefully now I can take my foot off the gas and save some energy for the final.
Do these records mean a lot to you? It looks as if they do to strongmen in general.
Yeah, it's always nice to break a world record. But that wasn't my focus today. My focus was just to win the event. Once I saw that I was ahead of the other two, I actually mentally kind of just play it a bit safer. Just because we're on grass, it's a little bit wet, it was raining yesterday. It's very easy to slip. With 450 kilos on your back, just a little slip could cause a lot of damage. So I just went a little bit safer. But I've been training hard for yokes, you know. I believe I'm the best in the world at them. I think that's like 20 shows in a row that I've won the yoke against the best guys in the world. So I think I've proven it enough times. But we've got lots of other events, and now it's about saving energy. You know, I'll probably take it easy on the stones and the car hold. Because they're tough events, especially the car hold. If you're in a position like trying to fight to get to the final and you've got to be holding on to that car for as long as possible, I wouldn't want to be one of those guys. So I've kind of put the hard work in on the early events. It means I can take my foot off the gas and get myself recovered for tomorrow.
Well done, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Good luck.
Yes, it's looking good for Lawrence Charlet now. A new world record, 12 seconds, 6 points to him, and now perhaps he can start to conserve his energy. Paul Smith and Phil Roberts bring up the second and third spots. Overall then, Lawrence Charlet has maximum points, 12, but Paul Smith, Phil Roberts and Charlie Goff, all of England, on 8 points. This is Heat 1 in Group B. That is Ben Brunning, known as the Badger, currently in last place in this group. We'll have to pull something out of the bag on this one. The Welshman. Next to him, the man from Southampton, Aaron Page of England. Always likes to get the crowd going. He's very popular and a very articulate young man as well. He's been carrying a calf injury for the last couple of months. He'll be a little worried about that. This is Mark Snape. Currently 4th place overall in Group B. He's doing very well for his inaugural event. And a very tall man on this as well. Oh, bit of a stumble by Mark Snape, closest to us in the camera. I should imagine this is possibly the first time he's had to lift these sleepers. On the other hand, the man with the calf injury doesn't seem to be slowing him down at all. It's Aaron Page. Just a little bit of time taken out. You've got 90 seconds, of course. It's about winning this group rather than anything else. He's not up against the guys in Group A. This is Group B. Breaks the line. Just a shade over 30 seconds, and this is good by Ben Brunning as well. Try and keep it level. If you catch the ground on this, that can really throw you off. Mark Snape really struggling in the background, but he's certainly not the only one. Ben will be very happy at completing that course. Ooh, Mark Snape looks as though he's had a little bit of an injury on that. Good stuff by Aaron Page. Current top 3 men in this Group B. Lying in 3rd spot overall, Pádraig O'Dwyer of Ireland. Glad to have the crowd behind him, I'm sure. Right in the middle here, Tom Stoltman had a good truck pull, I thought. This young man is improving all the time, and he's 2nd place here. Remember, it's about qualifying for the final more than anything else. If he gets a good result here, he could maybe step off the gas. Well, I tell you what, for me, this is the real surprise of the competition so far. Ryan Reid of Scotland is lying 1st overall in this Group B after one event. Oh, Stoltman, straight lift, and away he goes, but Reid closest to us, struggling a little bit. He and Pádraig O'Dwyer were about neck and neck. They've both put the yoke down now. Stoltman piling his way towards the line. Good technique, not necessarily really fast, but that's what he needs. Just over 20 seconds, and a good result for the Scotsman. Pádraig O'Dwyer is going to take 2nd in this heat. And Ryan Reid struggling a little bit. Maybe his height is against him here. He needs to keep going though, because remember, Mark Snape didn't complete the course. Nope. Nope, just not for him. Well, Stoltman showing what an excellent athlete he is, completing the course without any put-downs at all. Tom Stoltman takes the 6 points ahead of Aaron Page and Pádraig O'Dwyer. Mark Snape and Ryan Reid not completing the course, but significantly, Reid with 10.25 metres. Stoltman with 11 points after 2 events, ahead of Pádraig O'Dwyer on 8, and Ryan Reid still in there with a chance, joint 2nd.
So Tom came 2nd in the group in the truck pull, walked away with that one. Is that kind of the plan on day 2 as it is for you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through to the final. Yoke, last year was one of my worst events, but I've hit it hard this year, and I'm loving the yoke. It's my favourite event right now, and I proved it today, so I feel really good, and I'm ready to fight and hopefully make day 3.
So that performance on the yoke was just down to some hard graft in the gym, was it?
I've not dropped that yoke this year in competition. I've always completed it without dropping, and I've never done that in my life. Like this time last year at UK's 450, I was getting it 5 metres, so to complete it with 20 metres with no drops in 20 seconds is massive for me.
Yeah, well done, mate. Incidentally, how tall are you?
6'8".
6'8". I'm 6 foot. 6'10".
Coming up next, it's everybody's favourite, the Stones of Strength.
So Glenn, some of our competitors are going to be a little bit nervous now. Qualification to the final is up for grabs. Last 2 events, next up the classic Stones of Strength. These things have seen some action over the years, huh?
This is the business end of the competition. The Stones of Strength, most historic strongman event ever. 115 kilos must be lifted, and they will jump 15 kilos each right to this massive 175 kilo stone. Only 6 men on earth have ever lifted, and one of them is here, Tom Stoltman.
Yeah, we could see something special from Tom, but hey, this is such a tough event for most. 5 stones, and this is a decent height as well, the barrel to get it on top.
4'6" in height, and they've got to use all their might. Blood and sweat and tears in this event.
Yeah, and a lot of that blood, sweat and tears is ingrained in these stones. This is always something special.
And it was particularly special for these two men, Welshman Huw Owen Thomas and Irishman Gavin Redmond. They're both fighting for survival in their group. Owen Thomas got a good start. He managed 3 stones in 25.04 seconds, but that's as far as he could go. Meanwhile, Redmond tried a third, but had to call it a day with just 2 at 11.44 seconds. Heat 2 then. This is Group 8, Charlie Goff, second place overall. After the first 2 events, he's up against Phil Roberts. Roberts with 8 points also. It'll be a fine balance between wanting to win and preserving energy for both of these competitors. Both of them pretty good at the stones of strength. 130 kilos goes on top of the barrel. Phil Roberts slightly ahead at the moment. 145. The stuff he's rubbing on his arms and hands there is called tacky. It's an artificial agent that they use to smother on it. Provides real grip. Whoa! Phil Roberts struggling with that. Charlie Goff moving forwards. You can also tape your arms up as well. They're making sure they've got plenty of that tacky on there. One of the big problems is the circumference of these stones, not just the weight. You've got to get your arms around it. He's taking his time, Charlie Goff. Roberts doesn't seem to be able to get a grip at all, and that's frustrating him. Here goes Charlie Goff, teeing himself up for the largest stone of all, 175 kilos, getting his arms wrapped right around it. Come on, Charlie.
It's a big stone, Charlie.
This is the problem, getting that grip all the way around, and I think he's going to struggle.
That's it. Give her a applause.
Both men giving up at that point. That's a great shout for Charlie Goff, though, to get to that final stone. Phil Roberts struggling just a little bit with grip. This is the final heat for Group A. And young Paul Smith from Sheffield. He's seen the other 2 competitors and his training partner, Phil Roberts, struggling with gripping the stones with tacky. Look at the amount of bracing and wrapping that Lawrence Charley's got on his forearms, and he'll be completely smothered up, ready to go as well. Easy for both men. And if they're both going to lift, they need a fast time as well. Having said that, though, Lawrence Charley has already said that he wants to conserve his energy and a little bit nonchalant between the stones, and why not? He's way out ahead. All he needs to do is to complete this, to keep the points well up there. It's almost as if he could say, well, I'm not that worried about it.
Come on, Lawrence, just get the 160 on.
And Paul Smith knows he's done enough as well.
No, he's going to leave it.
This is very tactical now. Very tactical. And both men deciding that's all they need to do to progress in this competition. Well, he's not the tallest of athletes, but he does like the stones of strength.
Paul, nice look, by the way. I know every little bit helps, though, doesn't it, when you're trying to get these stones up on the barrel?
Oh, yeah, you got to look fashionable too, haven't you?
You got the right name for having the right fashion as well, Paul Smith. So, listen, great effort. You did what you needed to do, right?
Yeah, 4 stones. Charlie went up and got 4, so I know if I did 4 fast, that's all I had to do. The 5th one was tempting because the 4 felt fairly easy, but we've got to be smart in this game. There's another day to go, so there's no point.
Yeah, you're now looking forward to the final, which is a lot better than you did last year. You must be happy, at least.
Yeah, talking to you last year after dropping out on the second day, I was absolutely gutted. I felt terrible for weeks, to be honest. It really got to me, so to be through on the second day, it feels a lot better.
Well, a win in the bag for Paul Smith. for 27.86, gets him the 6 points ahead of Charlie Goff, Phil Roberts and Lawrence Charlet. The top 4 men on the overall leaderboard looking nice and comfortable, but for Huell, Owen Thomas and for Gavin Redmond, it's almost impossible now to qualify for the final.
Right now the stones are feeling unbelievable right now, and you know, I believe I can do a faster time than anyone else, and I've already done it twice and the only person to hit that 175 twice, so yeah, the record's coming home with me.
Tom's amazing. Like at the Four Nations, he just picked it up like it was nothing. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing when it comes to stones.
Looking back then on Heat 1 of Group B, it's Snape against Reed. Reed has had a fantastic competition so far, managed 4 stones in 30.25. He came into this second overall. Snape, also 4 stones, 32.25. The 5th was beyond them. Ben the Badger Brunning from Wales, currently last overall, in fact tied with Mark Snape. Before this event, he'd have to pull out something exceptional to go forward from this point. This is Pa O'Dwyer, currently Ireland's strongest man, comes into this event second overall, joint with Ryan Reid. And how tactical will Pa O'Dwyer be here, or will he really go for it? There's been a little rain here outside of City Hall, so these boards they're lifting from are a little bit slippery. Well, if there's anything tactical going on with O'Dwyer, it doesn't look like it. 145 for the Irishman and the Welshman. Ooh, Ben Brunning have to make sure that it didn't slide off forwards. 160 kilos, and O'Dwyer pops it up onto the top. Is he going to go for the big one? 175. He could in fact just stop here, I think, tactically. But I think he really wants to go for this. Ben Brunning has to go. He has to get as far as he can with as heavy a stone as he can. Here we go, you can see the trouble again. It's trying to get your hands right around it. Once they start slipping, there's no way of hanging onto that stone if you can't get a grip underneath it. Ooh, O'Dwyer. That's it. He's shaking his head, I think, is he? At 175, and Brunning doesn't manage the 160, so 145 in total for the Welshman. The final heat of this Group B. England's Aaron Page once again having a good competition, and Tom Stoltman of Scotland having an absolutely superb competition, leading the group so far with 11 points, the young 23-year-old. And he's made this event his own over the last year. He just knows he's so good at this. He just tosses the ball onto the top. Look at this. It's like it isn't there. Stoltman. That's the 3rd stone. Moves over to 160. Straight on. He's going to go straight for 175 without a shadow of a doubt. He's done this weight before. Grips onto it. Away he goes. It's like it's a feather. Unbelievable lifting from Tom Stoltman. Well, Aaron Page has made 160. Is he stopping there? He is. He congratulates Tom Stoltman. He's happy with 160. Look at this. Incredible technique, incredible strength. Lower back, lifting it on. Magnificent.
So, Tom, a lot of strongmen in your position probably wouldn't have done what you did on the stones here. They couldn't anyway, but you'd already done enough to qualify after the 2 events for the final. Why go so big again on the stones?
Well, you know, the first day I kept it easy, but I want to give something back to the crowd. You know, I'm trying to just keep my energy, but stones, I love the stones, and I'm confident that I'll get 175 all day long, and I just did it for the crowd and everyone that supported me and back home in Scotland as well. So yeah, I'm happy with it, and like I said, I'm here to win, and the stones is just a nice wee warm-up, so it gives me confidence.
Like, it's great that you do that, and you know you have the desire to entertain as well. But how much do you think you could add on to the weight of this stone in sort of realistically to get it on this barrel?
Well, so, like, to be honest with you, I don't train stones. You know, I just do them in comp because of how hard they are in training. But the heaviest I've ever done is 225. So you know, I'm confident I could maybe push Brian Shaw's world record of 255. I think it is 250 if I trained him. So yeah, I'm confident with stones. If you put a stone in front of me, I'll lift it. You know.
Well, look, hey, that's for the future. In the meantime, go and get ready for the final event, and well done for qualifying.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Well, there you go. Now you know why they call Tom Stoltman the Albatross. Those big arms wrapped right around the stones, 175 kilos. He wins the event ahead of Paro Dwyer and Ryan Reed. Overall, that means he takes the group lead into the final event ahead of O'Dwyer, Reed and Aaron Page. Mark Snape is going to have to do something exceptional now to qualify. Coming up, it's the final event in the UK Strongest Man semi-finals. It's the car deadlift hold.
OK, Glenn, final event on semi-final day. It's another strongman classic. We're lifting a car.
Yes, we are. 1,400 kilograms of pain in these MGs. The guys have got to strap in, deadlift up in the deadlift fashion and hold for all their might.
How much of it is up there?
It's totally in the zone stuff. 30 seconds, they feel pain. 40, the intensity is unreal. Who wants it the most?
And it's about finding your happy place, and your happy place was?
Sunshine, flowers and pretty things.
Whatever it takes.
Car deadlift holds it's a horrible event. It's especially with straps, you stand up and then it's just as long as you can take, really. It's all pain going through your traps and your neck, and your legs start to go, your core starts to wobble. But it is just who wants it more, and it's one I've done really well in before. I mean, I've been in some pretty bad tangles afterwards because it absolutely kills you, but it's one I normally do really well in, so I'm looking forward to it.
I suppose looking at it, looks easy enough. All they're doing is picking up and they're standing and holding it, but it's so painful. It's sore in the arms, the biceps, your neck. You can feel it all the way up to your head. And it's all about zoning out and thinking of a happy place.
First heat then in Group A. This is Gavin Redmond, 6th place. He knows he can't progress any further than this. He'll have enjoyed his competition. He's up against Hewell and Thomas of Wales, another man who cannot progress any further than today, but determined to have some fun.
Referee, take it away.
1,400 kilos to lift. It's really two events in one. You've got this huge deadlift and Gavin Redmond really struggling to lift that 1,400 kilos, and then you've just got to hang on and hang on and hang on. They've got straps, remember. So a lot of the grip strength that you would associate with an event like this normally is taken away. It really is all about how much pain can you suffer as your arms get dragged out of your sockets downwards. 1,400 kilos is an awful lot of weight, and Gavin Redmond is really feeling it. Not one of the larger men in the shoulders. Intense focus on the face of Hewell and Thomas there. Oh, that's it for Gavin Redmond of Ireland. And I don't think the Welshman will be that far behind by the look of it. There we go. That's the end of the competition for both men, but they've made a great account of themselves this year. Just hanging on for dear life. Paul Smith. Very natty glasses. He's going up head-to-head in the Sunglasses Stakes with Lawrence Charley, I would imagine. There we are. Hearts and flowers for Lawrence Charley. Well, he's first overall to get back to the serious business of this competition. These men are both going to go through, so they're going to have a little bit of fun with this. 1,400 kilos. Oh, he's going to watch him, Paul Smith. He's just done enough. That's all he needs. Now, he's just going to watch Lawrence Charley and see how far this man wants to go. He doesn't have to hold up the weight for that long. He's first overall. This is all about pride. This is about showing people what he can do. Who says you can't have fun lifting 1,400 kilos? Try it at home, folks. 32 seconds, 33, 34. Oh, the crowd really appreciating the showmanship of this. It's one of the great things about UK Strongest Man. It's the showmanship as well as the sheer athleticism. Lawrence Charley winning the event, 42.71 seconds ahead of Hewell and Thomas and Gavin Redmond. The other three, knowing they're going through, just taking it to the minimum. At the end of semi-finals day for Group A, it's Charley, Smith, Roberts and Goff who go through to the finals. Owen Thomas and Redmond, it's an early bath for them.
So Laurent Charlet is proof that no matter what he wears on his head, he still looks pretty cool and tough.
I don't know about that, but I'm having fun.
But you did look very cool holding this thing up. Is it ever easy, or you just find a way to make it look that way?
Depends how hard you're pushing it. I picked it up, and it didn't feel too bad. So I was talking to the referee, and I kind of asked him what I needed to beat, and I was pretty much there anyway. So I thought I'd just hold out and then put it down. But yeah, it's not the kind of event you really want to push too hard. If I had to really kind of dig deep on that event, like if it was the final or something, it'd be completely different. So it's quite nice just to make it feel easy sometimes.
Well, talking about the final, that's what we're looking forward to now. How are you feeling?
I feel good. My body feels really pretty fresh. Go and eat now and just kind of do a bit of foam rolling and massage and just get myself ready for tomorrow.
On then to Group B. Ben Brunning of Wales, currently 6th place, 5 points overall. He is eliminated. He'll be doing this for the pride of it and for Wales. Mind you, he's up against Mark Snape here, the Englishman. He's formerly of the services. In the services, I think he was a Marine, in fact. He's now a child carer.
Referee, take it away.
Now, Mark Snape could technically still qualify for the finals. He'd have to pull something exceptional out of the bag, and Aaron Page would have to have an absolute nightmare. So let's just watch and see what happens. 1,400 kilos being pulled down through those shoulders. Running with the beard. Snape, the tall man, on the left-hand side of the two, lifting the black cart. Mark Snape, incredibly focused. Ben Brunning drops the cart. That is his event over, but once again, a fabulous, fabulous competitor. Mark Snape, on the other hand, is doing a great event here. Real focus. No doubt his army training gave him this. He'll be really suffering now, and just those little telltale signs, a little breathe through the lips there. The pain must be absolutely astronomical. Look at the time! He's coming up for a minute. That is extraordinary. This is as if he's in the final. Is he going to break the minute barrier? It is. 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, just over 5 seconds. 1 minute and 5 seconds plus for Mark Snape. Well, he's really laid down the gauntlet now for Aaron Page. And he's got a smile on his face, Aaron Page, but he knows that the man behind him in the standings does not want to give up lightly. Closest to us in the camo hat is Ryan Reid, the Scotsman. He's had a fantastic competition. He's 3rd overall. Ben Brunning managed a time of 23.54 seconds, and that really is the marker that Aaron Page has to beat. So once we get over 24 seconds for the Englishman, he knows he's got enough points to go through. He doesn't look very comfortable, though. And we're just coming up onto 10 seconds. Ryan Reid, very impressed with the Scotsman, I have to say. Oh, Aaron Page is suffering here. Is he going to make 24 seconds? Just hang on in there, Aaron. Well, he's over now. We haven't seen him drop it. He's definitely gone through, and the valiant efforts of Mark Snape are for nothing. Ryan Reid and Aaron Page drop the car at just about the same time. Both men know they're through to the final. Fantastic second day for them. A superb win for Mark Snape then. The official time 63.31 and 6 points to him. Aaron Page did enough to qualify, beating the time of Ben Brunning. Ryan Reid of 30.35 seconds, and this is the overall leaderboard at the end of the semi-final. Stoltman, Reid, O'Dwyer and Page go through. Snape and Brunning go home.
Well, we have our 8 finalists, but there's a long way to go before we have our champion. 5 more extreme strength events to come, so join us next time for the final of UK's Strongest Man.